The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company. Before we join the Great Gildersleeve this evening, we have some exciting news for you from Kraft. It's more news about a new salad oil, Kraft Salad Oil, the first salad oil ever offered for your home use by the makers of all those wonderful Kraft-prepared dressings. Wait till you use this new oil in one of your salad dressings or baking recipes. For Kraft Salad Oil is more than just a new oil. It's a lighter-bodied salad oil that blends perfectly with other ingredients, adds new magic to every recipe it's used in. That's because it's not just refined. It's superfined by Kraft. Tomorrow when you shop, be sure to get a bottle of lighter-bodied, superfined Kraft Salad Oil. Well, it's late afternoon in the great Gildersleeve's town of Summerfield, the hour when the menfolk are closing their places of business, while at home pleasant aromas waft out of the kitchen windows and float tantalizingly down the streets.
Well, somebody's having pot roast. Hope it's us.
Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yo, Bronco. Hello, Bronco.
Wait a minute. I'll walk home with you.
You all right? You fine, son-in-law.
Oh, how was your day, Mr. Gildersleeve?
You're fine. How was yours, my boy?
Ah, great.
Good.
Hello, Bronco!
Well, little Leroy.
Hello, Leroy.
Hi.
Yeah, isn't this wonderful? The gathering of the clan. Link arms, men. We'll march home together. The camels are coming, tra-la-la-la.
The camels are coming, tra-la-la-la.
The camels are coming, tra-la-la-la.
What's going on in here?
Yeah, the camels are coming, Bertie.
Camels? Is a circus in town?
No, Bertie.
The circus is right here in the living room.
Hello, Marge.
Hello, darling. Hello, Leroy.
Hi.
I dropped in Dad's bookstore today, Marge, and he said he'd like to stop by and see the twins on his way home.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, indeed. We haven't seen Mr. Thompson for quite a while. He's a fine fellow. Is Mrs. Thompson coming, Bronco?
Mother? Oh, no, she's home.
Good. I imagine she has dinner to get, too.
Well, I'm going to run upstairs and see the twins, Marge.
Oh, why don't you bring them down while I straighten up the living room a little?
Yeah, I'll help you, Marjorie.
Gee, I'm disappointed that Mrs. Thompson isn't coming, too.
Yeah, so am I. But I'll try to get over it.
Now, Unky.
Then I'm delighted that Mr. Thompson's coming by. I've always felt a little sorry for him.
He's such a kindly man.
Yeah. I wonder if he's always been absent-minded, or if he got punchy living with that drill sergeant.
Uncle Mort.
Yeah, there he is.
I'll get it!
No, I'll get it, Bertie. You stick to the pot roast.
Your father's here, Bronco.
Coming, Marge, honey.
Well, hello, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, there you are, Gildersleeve.
You come right in. Glad to see you.
Thank you. I knew this was the right house. I lose my bearings, you know.
Yeah, this is the house, all right.
Oh, I knew it was, because the other three weren't. Little late, am I?
No, not at all. You remember Marjorie?
Oh, yes, my daughter-in-law. She married my son, Bronco.
You, brother. His bearings aren't getting any better.
How have you been, Marjorie?
Hello, Father Thompson. It's nice of you to come by.
Well, I haven't been by for some time now.
What's going on? Oh, hello, Mr. Thompson.
Well, can this be one of the twins? My, how they've grown.
Is he kidding?
I don't know. Mr. Thompson, this is Leroy.
Oh, yes, Leroy. He lives next door.
No, Mr. Thompson. He's my twin. Yeah, I mean my nephew. Now he's got me doing it.
Oh, here's Bronco with the twins.
Hello, Dad.
Well, hello, son. Hello, babies. Gildersleeve, these are my grandchildren.
Yes, I know, Mr. Thompson.
Do you hear that, babies? You're your grandfather's grandchildren. What do you think of that?
She likes you, Mr. Thompson.
Well, most babies do.
Uh-oh. What's the matter with her, Marge?
Oh, they're getting hungry. Bring them out in the kitchen, Bronco, and I'll fix their formula.
Oh, sure. I'll see you later, Dad.
All right, Bronco.
Hey, I'm hungry, too. What about my formula?
Yeah, well, we'll be eating soon, Leroy.
Better be soon or I'll have to wash again.
Mr. Thompson, how about staying for dinner? We're having pot roast.
No thanks, Gildersleeve. I have to get home to dinner. Mrs. Thompson is waiting.
By the way, how is Mrs. Thompson?
Oh, Martha's about the same.
Charming woman.
Who?
Your wife, Mrs. Thompson.
Oh, yes. Well, I better go home. I didn't get to see much of the twins, though, Gildersleeve.
Well, Mr. Thompson, you should come more often and stay longer.
I'd like to. I've always been very fond of you, Gildersleeve. But you know how it is with you and Martha.
Me and Martha?
Yes. You two just don't seem to hit it off.
Well, Mr. Thompson, where did you ever get that idea?
From Martha.
Oh, my goodness. Where did she ever get the idea? Why, I think Mrs. Thompson is a... Yeah, I think she's a... Well, as I said a moment ago, a charming woman.
Yes, that's what you said.
Well, I've always gone out of my way to be cordial to Mrs. Thompson. Just to prove it, why don't you two come over soon?
Tomorrow evening?
Well, yes. Spend the evening with us and the twins.
Oh, yes. They are my grandchildren, you know.
Yeah, that's right. And when you and Mrs. Thompson come, don't just drop in. Stay a while. Let's get acquainted.
Gildersleeve, we'll take you up on that. We'll be over.
Yeah, good. Excuse me, Mr. Thompson. Telephone?
Just tell Martha I'm on my way.
Poor fellow. Yeah, I'd better sign these letters, close the water department, and get home. Yeah, I'm glad I invited Mr. Thompson over for dinner tonight. He's absent-minded, but he's good company. Say, I wonder if he'll forget to bring Mrs. Thompson. No such luck.
Anybody here?
You, Judge Hooker.
Is the water buffalo still at the water hole?
Yeah. Come in, Judge. There's still room for an old goat.
Thank you, Gildy. How do you like the poppy in my lapel?
Yeah, say, I'll have to get one, too. Saturday is Poppy Day, isn't it?
Yes, but I got mine early. Gildy, old friend, wouldn't you like to improve your musical education?
Yeah, Judge. Don't tell me you brought your flute with you.
No. But guess what I have in my pocket?
A hole?
No, Gildy. I have tickets to the band concert in Kraft Park this evening. It's the opening of the season.
Well, I'll have to hear it from my front porch, Judge.
Oh?
In fact, I doubt if I'll even hear it. Mrs. Thompson is coming over.
Is she coming over? My sympathy.
Well, Judge, I'm doing it out of friendship for Mr. Thompson. He's put up with her for 30 years. I can put up with her for a couple of hours.
Splendid thing to do, Gildy.
Yeah, I think so. But you know how it is with me, Judge. If I do say so myself, I go out of my way to get along with people.
It's a commendable attitude on your part. If only more people were like that.
Well, you can't expect everybody to be perfect, Judge.
No. Well, I'm sorry you can't attend the concert with me. It's going to be a most interesting program. They've included my favorite number.
You know?
The Whistler and his dog. I can whistle it for you.
Yes, Judge, please. Judge, I'll hear it from my front porch. Bertie, the parlor looks very nice this evening.
Yes, sir. When Miss Thompson comes in with those white gloves and runs her finger along the mantel, she ain't gonna find no dust.
Yeah, that's right, Bertie. Let's everybody be on our toes.
I just remembered.
What's the matter, Marjorie?
Well, I better run up and put on that blouse she gave me.
The one with the strawberries on it?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Anything special you want out of the kitchen this evening, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, it would be nice to serve something around 10 o'clock. That's pretty well accepted as a hint to go home.
Yes, sir.
Would it be too much trouble to make some prune whip, Bertie? Mr. Thompson likes it.
Oh, no, sir, that's easy. I just toss it in the mixer.
Yeah, good. That and some coffee and cookies should round out the evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, by George, this is painless. I should have done this a long time ago, for Mr. Thompson's sake.
Aunt,
Yeah, what is it, Leroy?
it's Friday night. Can I go to the movies?
Leroy, this is the night the Thompsons are coming.
I know. Can I go to the movies?
Leroy, don't you want to see Mr. and Mrs. Thompson?
I've seen them.
Yep.
Please, Unc. Let me go see the Batwoman.
Well, all right, my boy. Go ahead.
Keen. Thanks, Unc.
No use punishing the boy.
It's very nice of you to entertain Bronco's parents this evening. Bronco appreciates it, too. He knows his mother's a little difficult at times.
No, Marjorie, I'm not really doing anything big. It'll all be over in an hour or two. Besides, it won't be bad with Mr. Thompson here.
He's a dear.
Uh-oh, here they are.
I'll get it.
Yeah. Never mind, Bertie, I'll get it.
We're here, Gildersleeve.
Well, Mr. Thompson and Mrs. Thompson.
Good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Come in. Come in. Been so long since you've been over here.
Hasn't it?
Well, it's been entirely too long. My fault.
Hello, Mother Thompson.
Marjorie, my dear, I see you're wearing the blouse I gave you.
Yes, I am.
Well, still looks new. Apparently you don't wear it often.
Well,
Yeah, it's a little early for strawberries, you know. Shall we step into the parlor so I can close the door?
Oh, I forgot, Gildersleeve. I left Martha's suitcase on the stoop.
Yeah, well, bring you Martha's suitcase.
Edward conveyed your invitation to come and stay a while, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You stay a while. Suitcase? Yes. Come in, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, I can't stay, Gildersleeve. In fact, I left the motor running.
You did?
Yes, I have to be out of town until tomorrow night. So Martha's accepting your invitation for us.
What? Yeah, I mean, wonderful. Great.
isn't it?
I'll bring Martha's suitcase in.
Edward, let Mr. Gildersleeve carry it. He's big.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm big. Big stoop. You have a notion to carry it out the back way and keep running.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment.
It's lighter-bodied. It's superfine.
It's Kraft Salad Oil, the first salad oil ever offered for home use by the makers of all those wonderful Kraft prepared salad dressings. Yes, you women who pride yourselves on your own special homemade salad dressings now have something new and wonderful to work with. Now, you know in advance that any salad oil offered to you by Kraft is bound to be good. But Kraft Salad Oil is more than just a good oil. It's a new kind of oil. A lighter-bodied oil made to blend perfectly with other ingredients. That's because Kraft Salad Oil is not just refined, it's superfined by a special process created by Kraft. You'll find Kraft Salad Oil not only wonderful for your homemade salad dressings, but also for those grand chiffon cakes you bake. In fact, for every recipe you have that requires liquid shortening. So don't wait to try this new Kraft Salad Oil. Remember,
It's lighter-bodied. It's superfine.
get Kraft Salad Oil tomorrow at your grocer's. Well, let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. When he invited Marjorie's in-laws, the Thompsons, to come over and stay a while, he didn't expect Mrs. Thompson to bring her suitcase. But the water commissioner is inclined to look on the bright side, especially early in the morning.
Yeah, well, she'll only be here until this evening, when Mr. Thompson gets back to town. He's already been here a whole night, and we hardly knew it. Of course, we were all asleep.
Good morning, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yeah, good morning, Bertie.
Breakfast coming up.
Great. Good morning, Leroy.
Hi, Unc.
Leroy, why are you gulping your prunes?
I'm getting out of the house before Mrs. Thompson comes down.
Leroy, that isn't hospitality. You shouldn't eat until everybody's seated. You wait for the rest of us and say good morning to Mrs. Thompson.
I met her in the hall and said good morning. Made me go back and wash my ears.
Yeah? Probably a good thing she came. Stand up, Leroy. Here they come.
Oh, for corn's sake, do I have to salute?
Leroy. Well, good morning, Mrs. Thompson.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bronco. Marjorie.
Good morning, Unky.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Where shall we seat Mother?
Why, opposite me, at the head of the table, of course. May I, Mrs. Thompson?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Not at all. Fine day, isn't it?
Leroy, I see you've eaten most of your prunes. Couldn't you wait for the rest of us?
Well,
Yeah, Mr. Thompson, did you get a good night's rest?
Hardly.
I hope the twins didn't keep you awake, Mother.
It wasn't that, son. Mr. Gildersleeve, sleep is so essential to good health. Next time you buy, you should give more attention to the selection of your mattresses.
I'm sorry if you lost some sleep. Perhaps you can catch up on it tonight.
yeah, you'll be home in your own bed tonight. Leroy. Ouch!
Yeah, playful children. We always have a lot of fun at the breakfast table, Mrs. Thompson.
Really? The breakfast table seems such a strange place to have fun.
Yeah, well.
Here comes the breakfast. Good morning, Miss Thompson.
Good morning, Bertie.
Sorry I'm a little late, but I took special pains with the breakfast this morning.
Well, Bertie, bacon, eggs, cottage fried potatoes, waffles with parquet.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it looks great, Bertie.
Thank you, sir.
And it's beautifully served, too, Bertie.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Bertie's some cook.
Thank you, sir.
Bertie,
Yes, Miss Thompson?
don't you think your eggs would be fluffier if you beat in some cream?
Yes,
And I stuck a fork in your waffles.
I saw you.
Mother, would you like to start passing things?
Bronco, I'm instructing Bertie.
Zeke.
Now, Bertie, the secret to light, tender waffles is having the waffle iron hot.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, I got to go get the hot coffee.
Bertie must have dropped something.
Yes, well, will you excuse me a minute?
Well, certainly, Unky.
What a noisy household.
Yes. Now, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know Mrs. Thompson isn't the easiest person to get along with. But we'll try, won't we? The little family thinks your cooking is wonderful. You know that, don't you? Now, I'll help you pick up the pans and the silverware. Yeah, I know Mrs. Thompson's a little critical. She likes to tell us how to run things.
Yes, sir.
But we can put up with it for today. She'll be gone tonight.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Unc, the kid delivered a telegram.
The telegram? Here, take these, Bertie. Yeah, let's see it, Leroy. Well, it's from Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson?
Yeah, what does he say, Unc?
He won't be able to pick up Mrs. Thompson until tomorrow night. Bertie! Busybody that Mrs. Thompson is.
Now, Unky?
Archie, if it weren't for Mr. Thompson, I wouldn't put up with it.
Well, yesterday wasn't so bad. After that breakfast episode.
Well, that's because nearly everybody got out of the house. It's the first Saturday afternoon I've spent at the office this year.
Mother Thompson is a dear woman. I'm sure she's just trying to help us all.
Well...
You're just sensitive, Unky. She hasn't once ruffled me.
Marge, honey, the twins are awake.
All right, Bronco. I guess they're hungry.
Yeah. Listen to that yell. Fine, healthy babies.
Marjorie, did I hear you say the babies are hungry?
Yes, Mother Thompson. I'll feed them right away.
Oh, good heavens. Surely you don't feed them every time they're hungry.
Well, yes, that's demand feeding.
I know, and I heartily disapprove.
Oh?
Mrs. Thompson, up to now, Marjorie's been very successful with the twins.
Mr. Gildersleeve, are you implying that I know nothing about babies?
Oh, no.
Look at my son, Bronco. He was a schedule baby.
Well, either way,
You see, Mother Thompson, Bronco and
My dear Marjorie, you and Bronco are scarcely more than children yourselves.
Mrs. Thompson.
Now, my dear, we'll put them on a schedule. I'll go up and amuse them. We'll feed them at the proper time.
Unky, did you hear that?
Now, Margie, control yourself. We've managed for 2 days. We can make it until Mr. Thompson picks her up tonight.
Unc,
Yes, Leroy?
that kid was by again with another telegram.
Oh, no.
Well, let's open it. Another day.
Unc, can I go to a movie tonight?
Yes, Leroy, and I'll go with you.
Did I hear someone mention another telegram?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Thompson. Mr. Thompson's delayed again.
Where'd he go, to South America?
No, Leroy.
Well, this presents a problem. My canary has to be fed.
Your canary?
I left ample food, but now she'll have to be attended to. I don't feel I should leave her home alone any longer.
Well, that's no problem, Mr. Thompson. You run up and pack your bag, and I'll back the car out.
Oh, I wasn't planning to leave.
You all right?
Here's the key to my house, Mr. Gildersleeve, and a quarter for some birdseed.
Birdseed.
And you might put fresh water in her cage.
Fresh water.
And canaries get terribly lonely, so stay and talk with her for a little while.
Now she's got me talking to canaries. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Peavy, I want some birdseed.
How's that?
Birdseed, Peavy.
Oh, you have a bird on your hands, do you?
Yeah, I'll say, and what a bird. We've had Mrs. Thompson on our hands for 2 days, and the end still isn't in sight.
My.
Now she wants me to take some birdseed to her house and feed her canary. It isn't funny, Peavy.
I think it is.
Out of the goodness of my heart, I invited the Thompsons over for an evening. And then Mr. Thompson had to go out of town, and we've had Mrs. Thompson with us ever since.
You don't say. Well, you care for some aspirin along with your birdseed?
No, thanks, Peavy. I'll weather the storm. I'll do it for Mr. Thompson's sake.
And here's your birdseed, Mr. Gildersleeve. Anything else?
Well, you might give me a tall coat, Peavy.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I think I'll sit a spell. I'm in no great hurry to get home.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve. Peavy's pharmacy. How's that? Yes, he is. It's for you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
For me? Yeah, thanks, Peavy. Hello.
Mr. Gildersleeve,
You, Mrs. Thompson.
are you dawdling on the way?
You dawdling?
I phoned home and got no answer. Marjorie said I'd probably find you at the drugstore.
Well, I'm here.
So I see. Well, after you feed the bird, don't forget to cover the cage.
Yo, I won't.
And please hurry and feed the bird. Goodbye, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Goodbye, Mrs. Thompson. Forget the coat, Peavy.
Mrs. Thompson hustling you along, is she?
No, Peavy. Mrs. Thompson may push everybody else around, but she isn't telling me what to do.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yes, that Mrs. Thompson. Wouldn't even give me the key to the front door. Have to go through the kitchen. Yep. Empty milk bottles. Yeah, I wouldn't put up with this for 1 minute if it wasn't for Mr. Thompson. He's so thoughtful and considerate. Say, look at the dishes in the sink. You'd think she'd do those and put them away before she left. In a bologna ring on the dining room table. What a housekeeper. Yeah, I wonder where the bird is.
Oh, hello, Gildersleeve.
What's that? Oh, Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson!
Yes. You remember me, Gildersleeve?
I thought you were out of town. Mr. Thompson, what are you doing in your easy chair with your shoes off, smoking a cigar? Have you been here all the time?
Of course not, Gildersleeve. I had to go out and send a couple of telegrams.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Thompson, you don't know what I've gone through the last 2 days.
Oh, yes, I do. Sit down, Gildersleeve. Have a Coke and a cigar.
Well, I may as well. Mr. Thompson, this was a sneaky thing for you to do. How far is it to the telegraph office?
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. When you shop tomorrow, be sure to pick up a pint or quart bottle of Kraft salad oil. It's the wonderful new oil for your homemade salad dressings, your cooking, your baking. The first salad oil ever offered for your home use by Kraft. Remember, it's lighter-bodied because it's super fine. Lighter-bodied to blend perfectly with other ingredients. Don't wait to try Kraft salad oil. It's lighter-bodied. It's super fine.
Uncle Mort.
Yes, what is it, my dear?
We have news for you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
News? What happened? What's up?
Leroy, don't be pushy. This doesn't concern you.
Yes, it does, Unky. This is for everybody.
Oh?
We finally decided on names for the twins.
You have?
Holy cow, it's about time.
Leroy.
So many people helped us out, and we're very grateful.
All our friends were wonderful. And here are the names we selected, Unky. Rhonda Lynn and Rhonda Linda.
Rhonda Lynn and Rhonda Linda.
Hey, not bad.
Why, George, I couldn't have thought of better names myself. You say, let's see how the twins like them. Oh, Ronnie. Linda.
How do you like that? They're squawking about their names already. What if they called you Leroy?
Never mind. They're beautiful names. Thanks to all of you for helping out. You're real friends. Good night, everybody.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Jeanette Nolan, Joe Forte, Lee Keel, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Next time you raid the icebox or sit down for a between-meal snack, don't forget to add a little Kraft prepared mustard to that cold meat you eat or that sandwich you make. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard: salad mustard with that delicately spiced mild flavor, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both kinds on hand. Then for extra zest in meat or cheese, just add a little mustard, and you'll add a lot of tang. Buy Kraft's prepared mustard.
Don't miss The Falcon each Sunday over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as The Falcon solves the case of the unwelcome wife.
Laugh with Groucho Marx. He's next on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company. Before we join the Great Gildersleeve tonight, just a word about a new and exciting Kraft product. It's Kraft Salad Oil, the first salad oil ever offered for your home use by the makers of all those other wonderful Kraft products. Kraft Salad Oil is more than just a new salad oil. It's a new kind of oil, a lighter-bodied oil designed to mix smoothly and perfectly with all the other ingredients you use in your homemade salad dressings, your delicious chiffon cakes, in fact, in every recipe you have that calls for liquid shortening. The reason Kraft Salad Oil is a lighter-bodied oil is that it's made by a special process created by Kraft called superfining. The first time you try this wonderful, new, lighter-bodied, superfine salad oil, you'll know you've discovered something really new, really wonderful. So don't wait. Get Kraft Salad Oil tomorrow. Well, this is a red-letter day at the Great Gildersleeve's house. Big things are about to happen. How can you tell? Just look at little Leroy. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and he's out of bed and heading into his uncle's room.
Hey, Unc, wake up. Come on, wake up.
What's the matter?
It's time to get up. Let's get going.
Leroy, it's not time to get up. Stop shaking me and go back to bed.
Back to bed, nothing. We gotta get going. This is the day we leave on our vacation.
Vacation? Oh, my goodness. Call the family. Get everybody up. We got to get an early start.
Yes, sir, there's no time to be lost on vacation day. 6:30 in the morning, and the water commissioner has taken the car to the service station, had it filled with gas and oil, and is on his way home for the grand departure.
By George, it's beautiful at this time in the morning. Prettiest time of the day. A man ought to get up early every morning. I didn't... Oop. There's the judge out on his front porch. What's the old goat doing up this early? Hello, Judge.
Well, good morning, Gildy. What are you, the early bird looking for a worm?
It's not early, Judge. I've been up almost an hour.
So have I. Morning is my time to work in the garden. Why don't you come and see my cucumbers?
Yeah, I haven't time, Judge. Just stopped by to say goodbye. We're leaving on our vacation this morning. 8 o'clock sharp.
Oh, so this is the day.
You bet. Bertie's going to Kansas City to visit her sister. And I'm taking Marjorie and Bronco, Leroy and the twins up to Half Moon Lake. I've rented a cabin and everything.
Well, isn't that nice? I admire your courage, Gildy, taking the whole family.
You courage?
It's quite a chore, transporting the babies and all.
Yeah, not for me, it isn't, Judge. I have this whole trip planned. I'm running it on a timetable.
Oh?
Certainly. I didn't leave anything to the last minute. All the details were taken care of days ago. We have a little bed for the twins that goes in the back seat of the car. All I have to do is go home, load in the suitcases, get the little family aboard, and we're off. Slick as a whistle.
Do you have your road maps? Sunglasses?
Yo, I have everything, Judge. A trip like this is no problem at all if you know how to organize it. And believe me, I've organized it. At 5 minutes of 8, we'll be locking the house. At 8 o'clock, straight up, I step on the starter and off we go. It's all a matter of planning.
Certainly sounds efficient, Gildy.
Well, you know me, Judge. I don't forget a thing.
By the way, Gildy, where's your hat?
Your hat? Oop, left it back at the gas station. See you later, Judge.
Bye. Catch a fish for me.
You want some more hot coffee, Mr. Gildersleeve? Last call.
Well, just a little more, Bertie.
This is the last of the hot stuff. The man's outside waiting to shut off the gas.
Well, good. Everybody's right on time. You see how smoothly things go when you have a system? I had all these things planned, Bertie.
We sure are clicking. This house is buzzing like a beehive.
Well, that's because the head bee is on the job. All your things packed, Bertie?
Yes, sir, Bert. It's all packed and my suitcase is on the stoop. Train leaves at 8:30.
Well, good.
Quarter of 8 right, Unc. Let's get going.
Yeah, take your time, my boy. We're on schedule. As soon as I gather up the suitcases, we can start loading the car.
Oh, heck, I'm loading it already. Where's the piece of cloth?
The cloth?
Yeah, I'm going to have a flag on the end of my fish pole. Sticks out about 10 feet behind the car.
Oh, wait a minute. We can't carry that fish pole.
Well, how am I going to fish?
Yeah, we'll find the pole when we get there. Now take it out of the car.
Oh, for corn's sake.
You got that little problem settled. Marjorie! Bronco!
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bring the suitcases. Let's start loading.
Well, here we are, Mr. Gildersleeve. Ready to go.
Yeah, great. Tuck them in the car, Bronco.
Bronco, I need the brown suitcase.
Marjorie, it's loading time. We have to leave in 10 minutes.
I can't leave yet, Auntie. I have to bathe the twins.
Bathe the twins. It's almost 8 o'clock.
Well, it'll only take a few minutes. Bring the suitcase, Bronco.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes to give little Ronnie and Linda a bath. We're still on schedule. Almost. Marjorie! It's 10 after 8.
We'll be right there, Unky.
I got everything put away in the kitchen, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, good for you, Bertie. As soon as Marjorie comes down with the twins, we'll be off. 10 minutes late. That's not too bad.
Well, we're all ready, Unky.
Where are the babies?
Well, Bronco's rocking them a little. I'd like to have them asleep before we put them in the car.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've got everything rolling now. We'll stow things in the car and get Leroy. Where is Leroy?
He was here a minute ago.
That boy. Yeah, I'll go out on the front porch and call him. Leroy! Leroy!
I'm coming! Oh, Uncle Mort, now you woke the babies up.
Yofer.
Marge, better come out.
I'm coming. Okay, I'm ready.
We can't go yet. You woke the babies up.
I did.
Keep your voice down, Leroy. We'll be on the road as soon as the twins are asleep. Put all your things in the car.
I'll go get my turtle.
We're not taking that turtle. Half Moon Lake is full of turtles.
That's why I'm taking him. He needs company.
No turtles in the car.
What'll I do with him? I can't leave him in the bathtub.
Put him outside.
Quiet down there. We'll never get the babies to sleep.
Put him outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Things are still going all right. If we get away by 8:30, that isn't so bad.
Mr. Gildersleeve, my suitcase is on the stoop. I'm ready.
Well, that's fine, Bertie.
My train leaves in 10 minutes. I don't mean to rush you, but I only got 10 minutes, and we're going to get to the train.
Oh, I forgot. I have to take you to the train. Quick, in the car, Bertie.
I kissed the babies and said goodbye to Miss Marge and Mr. Bronco. I think I got everything.
Yeah, all right, Bertie. Come on.
Hey, Unc, can I go with you? Leroy!
Run for the car, Bertie. Well, I got Bertie off all right. Now, let's see. 9 o'clock. Well, by George, we'll get started now. Marge will have the twins asleep. We'll put their bed in the car and take off. 1 hour late. Well, could be worse. Shouldn't take more than a minute to load the car. Marjorie! Marjorie! Everybody, let's go.
We'll have to wait a couple of minutes, Unky.
Now what?
Well, Bronco had to go down to the drugstore. We're out of the baby's formula.
Yofer. Margie, why didn't you think of these things before? You don't see me leaving things to the last minute.
When are we going to go, Unc?
In a minute, Leroy.
The gas man was looking for you. He wanted to know if you'd closed up all the vents on the furnace.
Vents in the furnace. Yo, brother. Margie, you start loading things in the car while I go down in the basement.
What's the matter, Unc? Did you forget something?
Leroy, go help your sister.
I'd rather help you.
Big help. You. Darn furnace.
I thought we were leaving at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, never mind. Get these vents closed up, and then confounded we're going.
Bronco's home. I heard his big feet upstairs.
Oh, good. He and Margie will have the car loaded in no time. We'll be on our way. It's only 9:45. We're not doing so bad.
I'll go up and put the last of my stuff in the car, Unc. As soon as you finish, we can take off.
You're fine, my boy. Now the family's clicking. We'll be on the road in 5 minutes.
Ready, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yep. As soon as I get my hat and lock up the house.
We got everything in the car, Unc. Boy, is it riding low. Looks like a hot rod.
Yes.
I won't put the twins in the car until the very last, Unky.
It's a good idea. Getting started on a trip isn't any problem when you get things organized. Where are the keys to the house?
Well, I have them. All the doors are locked except the front.
Great. Well, let's go out. You and I and Leroy will get in the car, and Bronco can bring the twins.
Now, don't wake them up, Bronco.
No, I won't.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah, you bet.
Gosh, Unc. Wait till you see how I got the car fixed.
Well, that's fine, my boy.
How do you like the car, Unc? Some packing job, huh?
Oh, brother, it is loaded.
Who put the box on the floor in the back?
That's mine. Couldn't hang it on the radiator.
Marjorie, couldn't you put some of these things in the trunk?
The trunk's full, Unky.
Well, here we are. The whole family. Open the door, Leroy.
Well, the bed for the twins and back is all right. Where are the rest of us going to sit?
Well, I could sit in back with the twins, and Marge could sit up in front.
Well, that'll make Leroy and me in a suitcase.
Well, where am I going to sit? Somebody has to drive the car.
Couldn't you put the suitcases on the floor?
There are 2 suitcases down there already. Where'd all this junk come from?
Well, they're the things we absolutely need, Unky.
Maybe if I sat in the front and... No, that wouldn't work.
Well, I have to sit in the back with the babies, but there isn't room for you in front. What if Leroy sat next to... No, the suitcase is there.
Let's face it. We can get everything we need in the car but us.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment.
It's lighter bodied. It's superfined.
It's Kraft Salad Oil, the first salad oil ever offered for your home use by the makers of all those wonderful Kraft salad dressing products. The first time you use Kraft Salad Oil in one of your own homemade salad dressings, or in one of those big, beautiful chiffon cakes you make, or in any recipe that calls for liquid shortening, you'll know you've found a treasure. For Kraft Salad Oil is more than just a new salad oil. It's a new kind of salad oil, a lighter-bodied salad oil that blends perfectly with other ingredients. That's because Kraft Salad Oil is a superfine salad oil. Yes, superfine by a special process created by Kraft. Because it's superfine, it's lighter-bodied. Because it's lighter-bodied, it blends new magic into your salad dressing, baking, and cooking masterpieces. So don't wait to try this new Kraft Salad Oil. Remember,
It's lighter bodied. It's superfined.
get Kraft Salad Oil tomorrow at your grocer's. The great Gildersleeve started out this morning with high hopes. This is the day the water commissioner begins his vacation, and he had it all arranged for the family to be in the car and rolling toward Half Moon Lake by 8 o'clock. How are things going? Well, it's almost noon, and they're not rolling yet.
Confounded suitcases. Leroy, see if that box will go in the back in the trunk.
Are you kidding? There's stuff hanging out over the bumper now. We put wheels on it, we got a trailer.
Well, put it on the floor of the back seat.
That's where it was.
You're all right, put it there again.
Suffering cats take stuff out, put stuff back. Unc, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go in the house and see what Marjorie and Bronco are doing.
Why don't we just leave them?
We got to do something. At 8:30, I had everything ready to go. Come on in the house, Leroy.
You think we ought to go back in? We're losing ground.
Yeah, maybe I can talk Marjorie out of some of that junk she's taking. You think we were going to Greenland?
Yeah.
Did you get things rearranged in the car, Unky?
Sure, we got them rearranged. We took them all out, and we put them all back in. Why can't we go?
Marjorie, I figured every conceivable arrangement. There simply isn't room for all that luggage in the car, with 4 people and 2 babies.
Darn babies.
Leroy!
What are we taking them to the lake for? They can't fish.
Maybe we could have the luggage sent up on the train.
No, there's no railroad anywhere near the lake. No bus service either. We could just take something out of those suitcases and consolidate it.
I've told you, Unky, I'm only taking the absolute essentials. We have to have clothes.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we wear all the clothes? Then we won't need any suitcases at all.
Oh, Leroy, you're no help.
Well, I'm trying. Gee, aren't we ever going to go?
11:30. What a family.
Oh, I'll have to feed the babies again. Bronco, see if there's enough hot water to warm some milk.
Holy cow, why don't just you and I go, Unc? Babies, milk, suitcases. This could take all summer.
Don't tempt me, Leroy. There has to be a way to work this out. You stay here and keep an eye on things. I'm going to run down to Peavy's drugstore. I need a strong cigar. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
You can give me the longest, blackest cigar you have, Peavy.
That's quite an order for a man starting on his vacation. The judge was in, said you and the family had left at 8 o'clock this morning.
We haven't left yet.
Yes, so I see.
I've never seen anything like it, Peavy. Just try to get 4 people and 2 babies started on a trip.
I know what you mean, Mr. Gildersleeve. Mrs. Peavy and I planned a vacation one year. We were going to leave one Friday morning.
You?
Friday morning, bright and early, I was sitting in the car waiting for Mrs. Peavy.
Did you get started before noon?
I sat in the car until 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? Well, that's not so bad.
Saturday night.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that can't happen to me, Peavy. The car's so loaded down there isn't even room for me to sit. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to do it. The car just isn't big enough. I need a bus.
Mr. Gildersleeve, have you ever thought of taking the family up to the lake in shifts?
Taking up in shifts? What do you mean?
Well, Mrs. Peavy's sister had a large family, and when they travel from one place to another, the husband takes them in sections. He delivers one carload and comes back for another.
Say, that's an idea.
Of course, it makes a lot of driving, but I guess when a man has a big family, he likes to keep moving.
By George, Peavy. I think you've hit something. Yeah, I'll take part of the family up to the lake, then come back and pick up the rest. Yes, sir, that solves the problem.
Yeah, I'm glad I can help you out.
In fact, I feel so good, Peavy, I won't need the cigar.
Well, hadn't you better take it along, just in case?
No, problem is solved. You're a fine fellow, Peavy.
I'm certainly selling cigars.
Well, see you later, Peavy.
Have a nice vacation.
Marjorie, Bronco, Leroy. I have it figured out.
Are we going on? Can we leave?
You bet.
You call me, Mr. Gildersleeve?
What is it, Unky?
Well, I've worked out a plan, kiddies. How we can get to the lake. It's very simple. We'll go up in shifts.
Shifts?
Certainly. I'll take you and the babies and the luggage up in one load. Then I'll come back tonight, and Bronco and Leroy and I will come up in the morning.
You mean I don't get to go?
No, Leroy, wait.
I don't think that'll work, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Huh?
Well, that'd leave Marge and the twins up there alone all night.
Oh, yes. Yes, it would, wouldn't it?
Why don't Bronco and I go up and you come back for Marge and the twins in the morning?
Well, that'd leave Marge alone down here.
Yeah, that's no good either. Yeah, I could take Leroy up and come back in the morning.
Well, that'd leave Leroy up there alone tomorrow.
That's keen.
Well, I could bring Leroy back.
Then we're all back here again.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Yeah, there must be some way this family can get to the lake.
Unky, Why don't you and Leroy go up and stay for a week or two and then come back, and Bronco and I'll go up for a couple of weeks?
Hey, that's a swell idea. Let's go, Unc.
No, just a minute. It's very generous of you, Marjorie. But you and Bronco are the ones who need the vacation.
What about me? I'm a tired little kid.
Either way, Marge and I can go up first. It's all right with us.
Well, somebody has to go.
Holy cow.
Well, we have to do something.
What you getting sore about?
Yeah, children, please. This is a vacation. You, Marjorie and Bronco, you take the twins in the car and you go.
What about me?
No, Mr. Gildersleeve. You and Leroy go.
Okay.
We just can't split the family up, that's all. If we can't all go, we won't go at all.
You said we were going.
What a vacation.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Wait. Look, I have an idea. I think we're all hungry. You're hungry, aren't you, Leroy?
Yeah.
Well, all right, then. Let's take the twins. We'll pile in the car and we'll go down to John's drive-in. After we've had some lunch, we'll all feel better. What do you say?
Yeah, not a bad idea. I can never think on an empty stomach.
Well, I think it's the best suggestion we've had all day. You open the door, Bronco, and I'll bring the twins.
Sure. Oh, we'll all feel better after we've eaten.
That's right, my boy, we will.
Can I help you, Marge?
They're asleep. Open the back door of the car, and I'll put them on their bed.
Gee whiz.
Now, Leroy, be a little soldier.
Yeah. Now the blankets. There they are. Now that bed is just right for the twins.
Babies.
Now, how are we going to get in, Unky?
Well, now let's see. You get in the back next to the babies.
I'll have to climb over these things on the floor.
Let's open the door on the other side.
No, don't do that. Everything on that side will fall out.
Why don't we cut a hole in the top? Like getting into a submarine.
Next year I'm going to spend my vacation at the Elks Club.
Climb in, Marge. I'll give you a hand.
Now, be careful. Don't wake the twins.
Don't wake the twins.
Hello, Gildy.
Yelper, the judge again. That's all we need, an old goat.
Well, I thought you were leaving at 8 o'clock, Gildy. What happened?
We were delayed. Stand back, Judge, and be quiet or you'll wake the twins.
Hello, Bronco. Leroy.
Hello, Judge.
Hi.
Judge, we're trying to get in the car.
Is that Marjorie in there? Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Judge.
Judge, you're going to wake up the babies.
Look at them in there on their little bed. Aren't they dear?
Judge, we're trying to get in the car.
This reminds me of my grandfather's story of how they came across the plains in a covered wagon.
Oh, my goodness.
It was pulled by oxen.
Very interesting, Judge. Now, if you don't mind, we'd better go.
Oh, yes. Well, have a nice time at the lake.
We're not going to the lake.
What's this?
Well, we haven't figured out how to get everybody up there. We were just going down to the drive-in lunch stand.
It's not much of a vacation.
We're going to eat, Judge.
Oh. Well, I have to be on my way. Goodbye, all.
Goodbye, Judge. Yeah, let's go now.
I don't want to go to the drive-in. I've lost my appetite.
Leroy in the car.
Where am I going to sit, in the glove compartment?
Well, it isn't far to the drive-in. Leroy, you sit up in front in Bronco's lap.
Do I have to?
Come on, little brother-in-law.
Yeah, I get in here. Now, I didn't ease suitcases. Ooh. Yeah. Everybody settled?
All right, back here.
I'm squished.
Well, I don't know how we did it, but hold tight.
Everybody comfortable?
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable.
Say, kiddies, I have a great idea.
Yeah?
We're in the car. Babies, luggage. Why stop at the drive-in? Why don't we keep right on going to the lake?
Hey, let's.
Oh, it's fine with me.
Let's go.
Sure. All the family together. That's the way it should be. Half Moon Lake, here we come. Sailing, sailing over the bounding main. For many a stormy wind may blow, Jack comes home again. Sailing, sailing over the bounding main.
Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Tomorrow at your grocer's, remember to pick up a pint or quart bottle of wonderful new Kraft salad oil. The first salad oil ever offered for your home use by the makers of all those other wonderful Kraft salad dressing products. Try this new salad oil in your homemade salad dressings, your baking, your cooking. It's lighter bodied because it's super fine. Get Kraft salad oil.
Well, the good old summertime is with us again, folks. I had a heck of a time getting the little family started on our vacation. We were on our way. Before we settle down at Half Moon Lake for our annual summer away from Summerfield, I want to take a moment to thank all the people who are behind the scenes year after year to bring you the Great Gildersleeve program. Incidentally, this completes the 10th year of the Great Gildersleeve. First of all, there's our little family. Walter Tetley,
I'm Leroy.
Mary Lee Robb,
I'm Marjorie.
and Lillian Randolph.
Birdie.
There's Marjorie's husband, Bronco, who's played by
Dick Crenna.
And Lee Keel is both of the twins. Earl Ross
As Judge Hooker.
has been with us since the program began. And Dick LeGrand created the character of Mr. Peavy years and years ago.
Well, no, I would. Yeah, yes, I guess I would, too.
Our two fine announcers are John Heaston and Jim Doyle. Our consistently amazing and always brilliant scripts are written by John Elliott, Andy White, and Paul West. Thank you, fellows. The musical bridges and backgrounds are composed and conducted by Robert Armbruster. Sound effects, as usual, have been created by Monty Frazier, and Ray Ferguson is our engineer. The show is directed by Frank Pittman. Virgil Reimer represents NBC. Our wonderful sponsor, of course, is the Kraft Food Company. We'd like to thank Kraft and all these other people for their contributions. And we want to thank all of you in the audience who wrote us so many nice letters this past season. We hope to see you all again in September. Please watch your newspaper for the details. Till then, this is Willard Waterman saying, have a fine summer, and good night all.
What's your favorite sandwich? Hot beef or pork, cold cuts, bologna, liver sausage, cheese? Well, whatever it is, remember this. If you add a little mustard, you'll add a lot of tang. Yes, a little mustard makes every bite taste better, particularly if it's Kraft's prepared mustard. There are two kinds of Kraft mustard, you know. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand for different tastes, different uses. And remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Starting next Wednesday night at the same time and on the same network, Kraft will bring you the intriguing and popular mystery show, The Falcon, the story of a daring freelance detective. Listen next Wednesday night when the Falcon solves the case of the Proud Papa.
Laugh with Groucho. He's next on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you partially transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous pasteurized processed cheese food Velveeta. Velveeta has a wonderful cheddar cheese flavor that's rich, yet delightfully mild. It's delicious, and it's the finest quality cheese food you can buy because it's made by Kraft, the name that for years has meant only the finest in cheese and cheese foods. Get a package or loaf of Velveeta tomorrow and enjoy the cheese food of top quality, Velveeta, made only by Kraft. Well, the great Gildersleeve and his family had a fine summer. His nephew Leroy went to camp. Marjorie, Bronco, and the twins vacationed at Bidewee Lodge. Bertie visited her folks, and the water commissioner went fishing.
Marjorie, have you seen these pictures of the fish I caught?
At least a dozen times, Unky.
Bertie, have you seen these snapshots? Take a look.
My, ain't that something?
Yeah, of course, the big one got away.
Yes, sir, the big one got away from me, too.
You? I didn't know you were fishing this summer, Bertie.
Yes, and I almost caught one. This fish was over 6 feet tall and weighed 200 pounds.
Oh, now, Bertie.
Oh, Bertie's cute.
Well, here comes Leroy down the walk.
That boy sure has grown.
Have you ever seen anybody so tanned, Unky?
Yeah, I don't know if it's tan or the sun just melted his freckles.
Well, Cap was good for him. He seems to have settled down a lot.
Well, the association with older boys was just what he needed. Little Leroy is mellowing.
Yes, sir. I ain't heard a door slam since he came home.
Oh, my goodness.
Hi, Unc. Saw you through the window. Boy, am I glad you're home.
Leroy, what are you so excited about?
I just came from Piggy's. He's got a car.
Your car?
A real car. His dad's going to teach him to drive.
He is?
What kind of a car is it, Leroy?
It's orange with black polka dots.
Yo.
Can I have a car, Unc? Can I? How about it? Can I, Unc? Huh?
Leroy, you've got no business with a car. Ride your bike.
But I gotta have a car. Piggy's got one. You ought to see Piggy's. Piggy's got one.
Leroy, you can't have a car. You're too young.
But, Unc, I can get a permit. That's what Piggy's getting.
No. That's final, my boy. When I think you're old enough to drive, I'll teach you in the family car.
Gosh.
I didn't learn to drive until I was 18, Leroy.
So what? You're a girl. I'm different. I can drive like crazy.
That's what I'm afraid of. Now, let's drop the car. Have you seen this picture of my fish?
Fish, Mish. I don't want to see him anymore.
Yeah, all right.
Gosh, Unc. How can a good uncle like you turn a little kid down on the only thing he's ever wanted?
No, Leroy, don't try that approach.
Well, Piggy's dad bought him a car. You're not good to me. I got a bad uncle.
Leroy.
Well?
Leroy, that's not true.
Leroy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You got the best uncle you'll ever have.
Yeah? He won't let me have the only thing I ever wanted. Piggy's got a car, and look at me. I got nothing.
Leroy.
You're not good to me.
Leroy, I try to be good to you. Now let's dry up and see if we can't figure this thing out.
How?
Well, let's look at it this way. If you really want a car of your very own, you'll enjoy it more if you save your nickels and pennies and buy it yourself.
Yeah?
And by that time, no doubt you'll be old enough to drive it.
Oh, boy, you mean I can really have a car?
Yep, and you save enough money, my boy.
Keen, I can't wait to tell Piggy.
Yeah, Leroy,
Yeah?
you do think I'm a good uncle, don't you?
You're swell, Unc. Oh, boy, a car.
That boy sure has settled down.
Well, he'll be settled before he saves enough money to buy a car. Gildersleeve, you're not only a good uncle, you're smart.
Bertie, we'll have to send these drapes out to be cleaned.
Yes, and I'll get them down right after lunch.
All right, and I'll clean the windows. Uh-oh. Bertie.
Yes, ma'am?
Look out in the backyard.
Is something wrong?
Leroy's outside with an old car.
Land alive. How do you suppose that boy got that thing in the yard without us hearing it?
He must have pushed it.
Anything that dilapidated wouldn't run.
Sounds like he's dilapidating it some more.
He's nailing on a fender.
Well, if he hits it one more lick, that thing's gonna fall apart.
I wonder where he picked that up.
Listen to that horn.
Oh, isn't it awful? I'm going out and make him get rid of it before Unky comes home.
That Leroy. Where'd he get enough money to buy a car? All he had this morning was $5.
Hello, everybody. I'm home.
Uh-oh.
Bertie!
Mr. Gildersleeve, we didn't expect you home this time of day.
Well, I thought I'd come home for lunch. And incidentally, see if Leroy's forgotten about wanting a car.
Oh, he's forgotten about wanting a car.
Good. Oh, sandwiches. Does one of them have my name on it, Bertie?
Yes, sir. Why don't you sit down and just pitch in?
Yeah, fine. Where are Marjorie and Leroy?
Oh, they're around.
I felt a little sorry for Leroy this morning.
Yes.
I wouldn't dream of letting that boy have a car.
No, sir.
I do say so, Bertie. I handled the situation very adroitly.
Yes, sir.
It'll be a cold day in August when Leroy saves enough money to buy a car.
Well, August is gone, but sometimes we have cold days in September. Mr. Gildersleeve, that Leroy's a fine boy.
Yes, he is, Bertie.
There's one thing you got to say for Leroy is never give you no trouble.
That's right.
Up to now.
What's this?
No, so that good little boy never has give you no trouble up to now.
Bertie, what's this all about?
Nothing. That poor good little boy never has give you no trouble.
Yeah, I know that, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what that good little boy never has give you?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. He never has give you no trouble. Up to now.
Is that a car in the backyard? Oops. It is a car. Leroy, I want to talk to you. Yeah, I hate to go home this evening and face Leroy. Poor little fellow. After spending his savings for that heap, I hated to have to tell him to get rid of it. Sometimes you have to be a bad uncle to be a good one.
Gildy, wait up.
Oh, hello, Judge.
Beautiful evening for strolling, isn't it?
You hadn't noticed.
Well, Commissioner looks depressed. What's the matter, Gildy? Didn't you get to turn off anybody's water today?
Judge, I'm in no mood for levity.
Oh? Sorry, Gildy. You do look troubled.
Yeah, I am. I had to go back on my word to Leroy.
Why, Gildy?
Well, it couldn't be helped. He wanted a car.
Car? Well, he isn't quite ready for a car.
Yeah, that's hard to explain to a boy. I finally told him he could get one when he saved up enough money. I didn't know he had $5 left over from his vacation.
$5? What kind of a car can you buy these days for $5?
Well, everybody likes Leroy. The fellow at Murphy's used car lot let him have the one that was holding up the fence.
That car? Why, it's been out in the rain and snow for years. But they just keep it around to make the other used cars look good.
Well, Leroy has it now. Yeah, I hated to do it. But I gave him until dark to get it off the property. What do you mean?
If I may say so, Gildy, I think you've acted rashly.
Me? But, Judge, a car like that is dangerous.
Why? It'll never run, and when Leroy finds that out, he'll lose interest in it.
Yeah, and I refuse to take that chance, Judge.
Gildy, you're being a knucklehead.
Horace!
Instead of thwarting the boy, be a good fellow. Play along. All you have to do is convince him the car won't run, then you'll have no trouble disposing of it.
Well, Shh. There he is now, Judge. Look, between the houses.
He's trying to push it out into the alley. All alone.
Little Leroy. Right, George, Judge, I'll try it your way. My way is breaking my heart.
You'll never regret it, Gildy.
Yeah, come on, Horace. Come on, hurry. Leroy!
Hiya.
Evening, Leroy.
Hiya, Judge.
Well, my boy, I see you're busy with your car.
Yeah, I'm trying to get off the property like you told me, Unc. The sun isn't down yet. I've still got half an hour.
No, wait a minute, Leroy. Wait a minute. Let's take a look at this car.
What kind of a car is it, Leroy?
All kinds, I guess.
It's a rather handsome car.
Oh, that's no good. I'm ready to get rid of it.
You are, Leroy?
Unc, I'm going to take the spark plugs out and give them to you.
Oh?
One of them might work.
Well, thank you, my boy. But...
Judge, could you use 15 cents worth of gas?
Well, Leroy...
15 cents worth of gas and not even a sputter. Will you help me push it out in the alley with the rest of the cans?
Are you sure you've had enough of it, Leroy?
I guess so.
Well, I want it to be your decision. But, of course, if it won't run.
Nah. Piggy and I worked all day trying to get it started.
You're too bad. Yeah, I decided to let you keep it if it worked. Hadn't I, Judge?
Yes, indeed.
Unc, you mean you'd have taught me to drive it and everything?
Yeah, that's what I had in mind, my boy. Now that you've decided to junk it, I guess there's nothing else to do.
Well, gosh, let's give the crank one more twist.
Hey, just give the crank one more twist?
Sure, with a good man like you on the crank, Unc, it might start.
Yeah, well...
Go ahead, Gildy. Go along with the boy.
Yeah, yes. Well, it's a waste of time, my boy. But I want you to be convinced. Switch on the ignition, Judge.
Oh, boy.
Where is it?
You just hook that wire to the battery under the hood. I'll do it. Contact, Unc.
Contact? I haven't cranked a car in quite a while. Leroy, you're right. It won't work.
Okay, Unc.
Give it one more spin, Gildy.
But, Judge...
Like a good fellow.
You're all right.
Oh, boy, it's running.
Yes, Judge, grab the wheel. Take it out of gear.
Where is the gear?
Hurry, Judge, it's pushing him against the fence.
Climb out over the radiator, Gildy.
Yeah, I can't. Ouch! Who planted this rose bush behind me?
The Great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute.
Let's see, beef and peas and carrots.
Say, Bertie, what are you talking about there? Is that your shopping list?
No, sir, Mr. Houston. That's my leftover list. You know, food's too expensive these days to be careless with. So Bertie makes every bit of food count.
Well, what are you going to do with those leftovers, Bertie?
I'm going to make the nicest, smoothest golden cheese sauce you ever did see for these pieces of beef and vegetables. Yes, sir, Bertie's going to make a Velveeta sauce.
That's a good idea, Bertie. Kraft's pasteurized processed cheese food Velveeta is so smooth melting, it's perfect for a cheese sauce.
And Velveeta sure does taste good, too, Mr. Houston. You just ask Mr. Gildersleeve and little Leroy. You ought to see the way they go for that swell, rich flavor of Velveeta.
And, Bertie, Velveeta is good for every member of the family because it's rich in important food values from milk. And Velveeta is digestible, too, as digestible as milk itself. No wonder you like to fix up those leftovers with a Velveeta sauce.
Yes, sir, and it's a mighty easy sauce to make. You just melt a half a pound of Velveeta in the top of a double boiler, stir in a quarter cup of milk, season, and just like that you got it. Bertie's own easy Velveeta sauce. Yes, sir. I always say Velveeta is delicious, nutritious, and good in lots of dishes.
That's right,
yes,
Bertie.
Sir, that's what I always say. Velveeta is delicious, nutritious, and good in lots of dishes.
Please, Bertie,
You know what Bertie always say about Velveeta, Mr. Houston?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right, Bertie. I always say Velveeta is delicious, nutritious, and good in lots of dishes.
Well, where Leroy is concerned, the great Gildersleeve is an old softy. But he never would have promised his nephew he'd teach him to drive the old car the boy brought home if he'd had any idea the thing would run. It did.
Hey, take her out on the highway and open her up.
Leroy, can't you wait until I finish my dinner?
What's left to eat?
Well,
More coffee, Miss Gildersleeve?
do you have more, Bertie?
Heck, he's had 6 cups. Come on, quit stalling.
Leroy, it's dark.
Yeah, and the car hasn't any headlamps.
We'll take it out under the street light and drive it around in circles.
No, Leroy.
But gosh, you promised. I got Judge Hooker for a witness.
You old goat. So I made a silly promise.
You certainly did.
Well, everybody makes mistakes. Don't they, Bertie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, when you feel a mistake has been made, the thing to do is hold a meeting about it. That's the democratic way.
What's going on here?
Well, I'm merely putting it up to everybody, Leroy. We're all interested in your welfare. We all have a vote. So what do? The question is, should Leroy be allowed to drive a car? Marjorie?
Well, the whole idea is ridiculous. Leroy's too young to drive.
Marge!
Yeah, that's one vote. Bertie?
It ain't up to me, but I second the motion, Leroy.
Oh, for corn's sake. I'm being framed.
Now, Leroy, the majority rules.
Okay. Let me put something to a vote. Marge, should Unc go back on his promise to a little kid?
Well, as a matter of fact, you shouldn't, Unky.
Hot diggity. Bertie?
This ain't up to me either. But as a matter of fact, he shouldn't.
No, I'm being framed. Not many people out this early in the morning. Just me and the birds. And I had to get out before Leroy got on that car kick again. Yeah, well, I can eat breakfast at Peavy's. He has the worst coffee. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Well, I thought I'd have breakfast with you, Peavy.
Well, you can't have breakfast with me.
Yeah, I can't?
I had breakfast with Mrs. Peavy.
Oh, my goodness.
We had stewed apricots, bacon, soft-boiled eggs, cinnamon toast with parquet, and coffee.
Sounds great, Peavy. Serve me the same.
No, we don't serve that here. We just serve it at home.
Well, what have you got beside that coffee?
Let me see. You see, we don't have many calls for breakfast. Our big rush hour is at lunchtime. You care for a salami sandwich?
No, not for breakfast, Peavy. That's the worst suggestion I ever heard.
Well, if you don't like it here, why don't you eat at home?
Well, I couldn't this morning, Peavy. I left early so I wouldn't bump into Leroy.
I wouldn't want to bump into him either if he's driving that car.
Yeah, have you seen it, Peavy?
No, but the judge told me about it. But a boy can have a lot of fun tinkering with a car. I remember the happy hours I spent tinkering with my first car.
You?
I guess I was the biggest tinkerer in town.
Yes. Peavy, I guess I have to drink some of that coffee.
Very well.
Yeah, you can give me that salami sandwich, too.
Very well.
Peavy, I'm in a terrible spot. I can't teach Leroy to drive that old rattletrap.
Now, from the way the judge described it, I'm surprised you could get license plates for it.
License plates? I don't have those yet.
Police Chief Gates has a drive-on now to get unsafe cars off the streets.
He has?
They say he's cracking right down.
Say, if I went down for license plates and phoned the chief to be there waiting, he'd probably condemn the car.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, and if Chief Gates condemns the car, Leroy will feel all right about it. He's a great admirer of the chief. By George, Peavy, I'm glad I came in.
So am I. That'll be 10 cents for the coffee and 25 for the salami.
Well, I'll pay it gladly. And Peavy, you serve the best breakfast in town.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Here he comes now, Marge.
Uncle Mort, where have you been?
Hello, Marjorie. Leroy.
Unc, I've been waiting so we can take the car out on the road.
Now, Leroy, there's a little matter about this car we've overlooked.
Yeah? What now?
Well, it just occurred to me that we don't have license plates.
The heck we don't. Look.
But, Leroy, they're old.
Yeah, a little rusty. Yeah, let's see just how old they are.
1831? No, 1931.
You can't use those, Leroy.
Well, let's drive down and get some new ones.
Yeah, capital idea. That's exactly why I came back home. Marjorie, will you drive Leroy down in the family car? And I'll follow you.
All right, Unky.
Why can't I ride down in my car? Why can't I take the wheel?
Yeah, Leroy, it takes an experienced driver to handle a car like this. If we get the plates, when we get the plates, you can ride with me.
Details.
Yeah, all right. Connect the wire under the hood, my boy, and I'll give her a spin.
Okay.
And Leroy, this time be sure the car is out of gear.
Okay, she said.
All right, stand back, Marjorie.
Be careful, Uncle Mort.
Don't worry.
What's going on out there?
Unky's going to start the car. Come on out, Bertie.
No, ma'am. Thank you.
You out of gear, Leroy?
Out of gear.
Yeah, all right. East, use, east, use, east, use, east, use, east,
Hot dog, listen to that motor purr.
Leroy, put that piece of burlap over those springs so I can sit down behind the wheel.
Sure. Unc, when you get her on the street, give her the gun. Hey, do you think you can get a traffic ticket from Chief Gates for speeding?
Well, I might run into the chief. He's anxious to see your car.
Yeah, wait till he hears this horn.
Leroy, lay off the horn.
Come on, Leroy, I'm coming.
Goodbye, Unky. Good luck.
She sounds like I'm not coming back.
Look back, Leroy. How's Uncle doing?
He's about half a block behind us.
Well, he'll catch us at this stoplight.
Here he comes. Hey, he's passing us.
He's going right through the light.
Leroy, what happened to the brakes?
Brakes! What about the brakes, Leroy?
Oh, brother, I was so busy trying to start it, I didn't think about stopping it.
Very wise of Gildy to have you here, Chief Gates. Leroy has great respect for the badge of authority.
Well, Judge, I'm anxious to see Leroy's car. Say, here comes Mr. Gildersleeve down the pike now.
Look at Gildy bounce.
Well, he doesn't slow down for the bumps, does he? Pull over here, Commissioner, in the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm pulling, Chief.
Well, stop it right here. Stop!
Yeah, I can. Hey! Whoa!
Well, he went right on by.
Well, he's circling the lot.
Show off.
Now, Commissioner, quit clowning. Stop the car. No brakes.
Turn off the motor, Gildy.
Can't turn it off. The connection's under the hood.
That's right, it is.
Hey, Chief, Judge, hasn't he got it stopped yet?
Not yet, Leroy.
I presume he'll have to keep circling until he runs out of gas.
Well, I wonder how long that'll take.
Not long. Leroy only has 15 cents worth of gas.
Gosh, I thought we were going for a ride. I put in another gallon.
This can't run much longer. How do I get into these things? At last, it's dead. Almost dead.
Nice going, Unc. I bet you got 30 miles to the gallon.
Yes.
Commissioner Gildersleeve.
Well, here it is, Chief.
Yeah? Where do we get license plates?
Well, Leroy, you're a fine lad, and I hate to disappoint you.
Yeah?
But I'm afraid the city of Summerfield will have to condemn this car.
My car? What's wrong with it?
I really haven't time to go into that, son.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my boy. But this would have to happen sooner or later.
I'm afraid your uncle's right, Leroy.
Well, if you say so, Chief. You're the law.
Yes, I'm the law. Leroy, how much did you pay for this car?
$5.
Well, I've been thinking. We need a car like this as an exhibit.
Exhibit, Chief?
Yes. As a horrible example. To show people what not to drive. Leroy, if you're interested, the department will give you $10 for the car.
$10? Oh, boy, do you hear that, Unc?
Isn't that wonderful, Leroy?
I'll say $10. Now I can buy 2 cars.
Leroy!
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Where your family's nourishment is concerned, don't guess. Be sure. When it comes to buying cheese food, insist on Velveeta, Kraft's delicious pasteurized processed cheese food. Velveeta is not only good to eat, it's good for your family, too. Rich in important food values from milk that growing children and adults need. And Velveeta is digestible as milk itself, perfect for wholesome, good-eating snacks and sandwiches any time at all. Make it your handy helper, Mother. Velveeta, the quality cheese food that's made only by Kraft.
Well, Leroy, how does it feel to be a man of means? $10 is a lot of money.
Oh, it's keen, Unc. And the chief even let me keep the best part of the car.
You know, kind of a little souvenir. Something to remember it by.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, everybody's happy. And the house is quiet again. Oh, what's that?
The horn. That's the part of the car I kept. Every hour I can remember my first automobile.
What do you mean, every hour?
I hooked it up to the electric clock. See? 8 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Ken Christie, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
You can help your country and help yourself by investing your money in United States defense bonds. There's no safer investment, no more convenient way for you to save, no easier way for you to help your country. Buy United States savings bonds regularly. If you're on a payroll, use the payroll savings plan where you work. If you're self-employed, use the bond-a-month plan where you bank. Remember, defense is your job, too. So help your country and help yourself. Buy U.S. defense bonds regularly.
Here it pays to be ignorant, next on NBC.